Segment is sponsored by the Walton Family Foundation. As Americans anticipate another season of flooding, fires, and superstorms, a new poll examines how Americans can better understand the connections between water and climate change. Joining us to explain is Caryl Stern, Executive Director of the Walton Family Foundation. Caryl, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thanks so much for having me on. Really appreciate it.
So let's talk about how water and climate change are connected.
You know, water and climate change are not just connected, they really are one and the same. Climate change is water. One has to only look across the country to see all of the extremes that we've experienced in weather, wildfires, droughts, floods, all of it. It's all connected to water.
So let's talk a little bit more about the action to protect water and resources so nature and people can thrive together.
Sure, there's lots of things we can do. You know, we just did this research and we found that 74% of people across America want water to be that unifying force. These are 74% that represents both sides of the aisle, all sides of a spectrum, and they see this common core of water as being that which might unify us to find common ground and common solution. And there are things we can do. We can pay attention to the water we use and the water we waste. We can think about it every time we turn that faucet on, and we can teach our children similarly. But we also can do bigger projects. At the foundation, we are supporting natural infrastructure. We are rebuilding wetlands. We are helping to restore the riverbanks so the water stays in. We're not wasting water. We're working with farmers to encourage the growth of cover crops between seasonal crops so that the soil stays healthy. Healthy soil prevents runoff, and when the runoff happens, that runoff becomes toxic to the water supply. And we're doing something really interesting in the Colorado River Basin. We're working with both Google and with NASA and with a host of other environment groups to bring satellite imagery in so that we can monitor water in real time, and farmers can determine really what's that minimum amount of water they need to use, and they won't waste a single drop then as they produce the crops that we eat every day. So lots of different responses and time to do them.
Oh, so many amazing things happening. It gives us hope. And that is so important. Tell us really fast about the broad consensus to take action to mitigate the effects of climate change.
Well, 70% of our food production comes from our nation's water. So you can't really be surprised that the majority of Americans see this as a critical agenda. You know, and a quarter of the Americans actually responded to us by saying that they don't think there'll be enough water for their grandchildren. You know, I'm a grandma. That worries me. I think we all want to leave a planet for our children, for our grandchildren, and for their children that's better than the one that we inherited. And we have the opportunity to do just that.
And we do. And Caryl, you talked about it a little bit earlier. We can really make a difference. Where can our viewers go to get more information?
Viewers can go to our website, which is waltonfamilyfoundation.org/World Water Day. You can find resource material, learning materials, to talk to your kids about, and ways to get involved.
All the things are there. Caryl, thank you so much for all the work you're doing, and thank you for being with us today.
Well, thanks so much. Appreciate you.